In this lesson, we're going to look at a basic quadratic function explorer and then in more detail on the specific aspect of it. So firstly, I'll go over to this. This is quite interesting because we can mess about with these values at the front and see what happens to the actual graph that will be printed down here or shown. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this bar up 1. And what you see is if there's no x squared in a function and no plus or minus at the end, it's just y equals x. That creates a straight line. You could have y equals 2x, y equals 3x, y equals 4x. And if you move the value up and down at the side, that just moves the straight line up and down, the y-intercept if you like. So I'll put them back down to 0. I'm more interested in quadratics at the moment, so if I put it to 1x, y equals 1x squared, you'll see a quadratic. And if I put it to 2x squared, 3x squared, 4x squared, you should notice what's happening when you make the number bigger at the front. You can see the graph's getting steeper. Now, if you have a value in front of the x, what happens is it moves the graph sideways. And if you have a value at the end, you can move the graph up or down. And lastly, what happens when you make it negative at the front? Well, we talked about that before. A negative x squared flips it in the x-axis, so it makes it go down negative in the y values. And a bigger x squared, bigger negative x squared makes it steeper. Okay, so actually in this lesson, what we're going to look at is we're going to try and work out the value at the front given a coordinate. So what x squared is it? Is it y equals 3x squared, 2x squared, 4x squared? We'll try and work that out. So this is what we looked at in the function explorer. So larger values in front of x squareds make the graph steeper. And the negative values in front of the x squared, they reflect the graph in the x-axis. Okay, so let's look at an example of what we're trying to do here. So it says here the parabola y equals kx squared passes through this point. Work out the value of k. And then write down the equation of the parabola. So we're trying to work out what it was, but we're given a coordinate. Now a coordinate is an x value and a y value. So what you can do with these is you can substitute them into this equation to work out the missing value of k. So we're basically saying when y is 27 and x is 3, what's the k value? So we sub it in. 27 is k times 3 squared. 27 is equal to k times 9 if you like. A wee bit of division will get your answer. So k is 3. So this graph is really y equals 3x squared. That's what it was. We worked it out just with the coordinate. Okay, let's try some more examples of the same thing. So each time we've got to work out the k value first and then write down the equation. I use the coordinate they give me to substitute in. The first number is the x coordinate, the second number is the y. So sub it in. 4 equals k times 2 squared. 4 equals k times 4. So that means k is just 1. So this graph is just y equals x squared. Again, in part B, we've got the coordinate 1, 3. Sub it in. 3 is your y. 1 is your x. So 3 is k times 1 squared. So that means 3 is equal to k times 1. And k is 3. So this graph is y equals 3x squared. Next one, sub the numbers in. The 1 is the x, 5 is the y. So 5 is equal to k times 1 squared. So 5 equals k times 1 again. So k must be 5. Okay, let's look at 3 more examples, and then you can try the exercise in the book. Okay, this one here, we've got a coordinate negative 2, 6. So sub that in. 6 is your y, negative 2 is your x. So we've got 6 equals k times minus 2 squared. Minus 2 squared is 4. This is a wee bit different. This creates a fraction, so it will be 6 over 4 for k. But I wouldn't leave it like that. I would simplify it to 3 over 2. So the answer we're looking for is y equals 3 over 2 x squared. Second last one, y is 20, x is 2. So 20 is equal to k times 2 squared. 20 is equal to k times 4. K is equal to 5. So this is y equals 5x squared. And the last one, 27 is your y, negative 3 is your x. So 27 is k times negative 3 squared. That goes to 9. So 3 times 9 is 27, so k is 3. Now what you could do is you could go back and try these questions again before I rub out the answers and see if you can do them if you want extra practice.